Hi everyone, welcome to Epilepsy Shop Chat. My name is Trevor Gordon. How are you? Today we're going to be interviewing someone named Niki Anastasakis. She is an accomplished TV host, a freelance journalist known for her knack for helping brands stand out and make a lasting impact. Niki started her career in TV in 2013, working on shows like CBC's Stephen and Chris, So You Think You Can Dance Canada, and then moved on to reporting for Global News and CHCH Inside the Story. So today we're going to be interviewing Niki because Niki was kind enough to put a spotlight on our Epilepsy Shop Epilepsy Awareness campaign. So she's going to be joining us today. So I'm going to just make sure that we send her an invite so that she joins us. And just so you know, while I'm getting her into what we're doing today, this broadcast is very informal. So please, if you have questions, you have comments, please go ahead and write them in the comments. And it looks like Niki has joined us. Hi, Niki.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You can make fun of me that I brutalized your last name. We practiced.
Oh,
Full disclosure, everyone, I nervously texted Niki prior to this for little tips on how to pronounce her name. She gave me an audio and a breakdown of her last name. I got confident, I got cocky, and I said, I can nail this. And then as I did the intro,
it
I
happens
totally wrecked it.
to the best of us. It's all good.
But I mean, because you're in media, and I want to impress you, and I completely wrecked
No
it.
worries.
So pronounce
No
your
worries.
name for everyone that can,
Niki Anastasakis.
Thank you. So thank you for joining us on this very informal Epilepsy Shop, Epilepsy Awareness chat. What I've been doing is I've been connecting with people like yourself, kind individuals like yourself that have put a spotlight on epilepsy awareness indirectly with the shirt, but also sharing epilepsy facts. And I see you're wearing the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So what were your first impressions when the shirt arrived?
It's so nice. Like, I love the design and the heart and what it symbolizes. And I think this color looks pretty good. So I love the color. And you guys offer so many really nice options. So there's a lot of options for people if they're interested in supporting, right?
Right. See, I know purple is associated with epilepsy awareness, but I think what a lot of customers have been appreciating with Epilepsy Shop is a whole bunch of different colors and all sizes and all styles. But just to rewind a little bit, I wanted to ask you a couple questions with respect to epilepsy. I mean, you're a kind of individual. Anyone that gets to know you will realize that. Out of all the organizations to raise attention to, why epilepsy? Do you know anyone with epilepsy? Have you heard about epilepsy?
I had a couple colleagues with it when I was a reporter, a news reporter on air, which I'm still on air, but not so much in the news world. So I was familiar with it through that. But I would say years ago, I had a bit of a scare, like a health scare, and they were testing to see if it could be epilepsy. It wasn't, thankfully, but either way, like, I know it affects so many people, and that's kind of was my window into it and learning all about it. And now I'm happy to support and raise some awareness and kind of bring attention to something that a lot of Canadians have, it turns out.
Yeah, 1 in 100, over 300,000 Canadians have it. I think a lot of people will say there's a misconception that epilepsy is this rare disease, but what we say is it might be a hidden disease, but by no means is it a rare disease. Over 300,000
Exactly.
Canadians.
Right. 1 in 100?
Yes.
Crazy. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and I guess I'm learning all about it as we speak and through you and working with you guys, but it could be on different scales and different levels of severity or impact for some people.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will think of seizures, what they might see in TV and in the movies, that they're all is a person on the ground shaking, and not all seizures are like that. There's over 40 different types of seizures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And one particular seizure, it could be like you're pretty much watching a movie and just putting it on pause, and then the person will just carry on. So, but the biggest misconception is that I think people think you have to call 911 every time someone has a seizure, which is not the case.
You're saying if they have epilepsy, you don't need to. As long as you know they have it, there's ways to manage it properly without calling 911.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, if you didn't know a person and you just happened to see someone on the ground and you didn't know they had epilepsy, obviously the right thing to do would be to call 911. But if you know the person or you know the fact that this person is having a seizure, most of the time, what's good is you time it. And if it lasts longer than 5 minutes, then you would reach out to 911 paramedics. But for the most part, if it's under 5 minutes, it will stop, and just make sure that that person is getting, maybe try to get a pillow or a blanket or some sort of soft thing under the person's head. Never hold them down. Obviously, make sure you push things out of the person's way so that they don't harm themselves. But yeah.
So it could still be epilepsy if it is under 5 minutes.
Basically, a seizure, if it's lasting less than 5 minutes, then you don't need to call 911. Yes.
Yeah, got it. Cool. Well, good to know.
Yes. So why do you think it's important, and not just speaking on your behalf, like why do you think it's important for public figures or people in general to raise awareness for not just even epilepsy, but an important cause such as epilepsy?
I think the more conversations we have around these things and the more we talk about it, whether you are on air and recognized by people or whether you just have a smaller following on social, the more we talk about it, the more we normalize it, and the more people aren't confused if they see someone experience something and they know how to help. And because this is such a large, it impacts so many people, there's a good chance you may come across an experience where you need to help someone. And the more we talk about it, the better it is for everybody. And I'm happy to help and also learn about it. It's really great to hear what we can all do to help.
Thank you. That's well said. Because that's actually why we came up with this campaign of reaching out that, I mean, epilepsy affects everyone in some way. We all have someone in our family or a friend of a friend that might have epilepsy. So when we were reaching out to public figures such as yourself, we're trying to get this merged, not just to sell shirts, but it's more about just making epilepsy awareness just a matter of fact, normal thing. And even I've noticed by posting your video that you were kind enough to create, which you can find on the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance feed, on Epilepsy Shop's feed, as well as you did photos wearing the shirt. It's helping promote a shirt, sure, but more importantly, it's creating a lot of much needed conversation. And I don't know if you've been getting any feedback from your friends or acquaintances, your work life, but I know from just us posting it, we're getting so many messages, thanking you for raising this awareness. Have you gotten any sort of feedback or any sort of?
I've gotten people messaging me about the video and just like hearting it and liking it. So there's people looking at it, which is important for everybody and for you guys.
Well, I won't keep you. I know you're a busy person, but I know many epilepsy organizations. There's 25 epilepsy organizations across Canada, all linked to the Canadian Epilepsy Alliance. How can we help you in the sense of getting you out there? I mean, you're a public figure. I know there's a lot of galas coming up with the Canadian with epilepsy organizations across Canada. Are you looking to do hosting duties? Like what are the next few months? What are your next steps?
Yeah, good question. Happy to work with all your organizations and your partners. If you guys need any emceeing or hosting or someone to come on out and get some coverage out on different morning shows across the country, send me a message. I would love to have a conversation and work together. Really approachable, so please send me a message and happy to chat. Always kind of looking to collaborate with important causes like this one, and happy to use my voice and experience where I can. So reach out, add me on Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. We can have a phone call.
But the most important question is, do you own a purple dress? Because I mean, all these galas coming up, all these big
Good
events, I know you're going to
question.
be someone that people want to ask you to hire you to be a host. Do you
I
have
will
a
get a
purple
purple
dress?
dress. I will
See?
get one. Oh wait, I have one. It's like purpley blue. That might work, actually. Yeah, I do have a bunch of purple dresses. Yes, I do. I just thought of them. So we can pull those out of the closet
So
for
there's no
sure.
excuse to the 25 epilepsy organization across Canada. There's
Yeah.
galas coming up. There's awareness events. Nikki has
Yeah.
confirmed she has a purple dress. She would love to host your event. And also, anything out there. I mean, we always need hosts and brand ambassadors and influencers. And as you're hearing right now, Nikki is awesome. And I can vouch for her. You've been nothing but polite. You've been amazing. Even when I wrecked your last name trying to pronounce it, you were quite kind to me. So I thank you for raising epilepsy awareness, for wearing the shirt, for creating conversation. We're getting so many messages because you were kind enough to put a spotlight on epilepsy. So I thank you so much.
No, thank you. This was great and happy to do it.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, and have a great day. And thank you everyone for watching. And please give her a follow. I will be sure to tag Nikki in the post. Thank you very much, Nikki.
Thanks. Take care.
Have a good day.